All right, so today's skill that we're working on is how to find the slope that passes through 2 points. And when you're given 2 points, usually they're in the coordinate form x comma y, right? So if you notice on this example or on any example that you'll see, you'll be given two different points. And so the most important thing to do before you even try to calculate the slope is label them correctly. Okay, so you notice below how I'm going to show you how to use the slope formula, which is m is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. When you have the numbers labeled correctly, it becomes very simple to simply just plug in the values that you need, do a substitution, and then clean up the values, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. This is my first point, 10, 8, right? Typically the points are in the form x and y, right? But since I have 2 points, x and y, I need to be specific about which one is x1 and y1 and which one is x2 and y2. So with the first point, this is my first x, so we label it x1. And then this is my first y, so it's also y1. So x1 is 10, y1 is 8, right? So I would make those substitutions in the formula later on. We're going to do the same thing with 5, 2. With 5, 2, we have 5 is x2 and 2 is y2. So then we're going to go ahead and just do the substitutions now that we know which value goes with which variable. Okay, so let's begin. So we have m is equal to, we have y2, right? So for y2, instead of y2, I'm going to substitute it with the second y value, which is 2. Okay, so we have 2 minus, now I need to identify my y1. My y1, well, y1 is actually labeled 8. Okay, so we end up with 2 minus 8 all over. Now I look for x2. All right, with x2, that's going to be 5, right? So it's my second x value. So we use 5. Minus x1, okay? And x1, that happens to be 10, right? So I end up using all 4 values. I'm going to go ahead and substitute it in, and then we're just going to clean up the slope. So we end up with 2 minus 8. 2 minus 8 would give us negative 6. 5 minus 10 would give us negative 5. Okay, we try to simplify as much as we can. In this case, negative divided by negative, we know that negatives divided by another negative ends up being a positive, or the negatives cancel out. So what we end up with is just 6 over 5. 6 over 5 cannot be reduced any further because they don't have any like terms, or they cannot be simplified. They can't be divided by any number other than 1. So we end up with 6 over 5 as their slope.